These videos are all about reminding us of what we can control during our cancer journey. And one of my favorite ways to remind my clients of how we can take our power back is by looking at perspectives. A perspective is the lens or viewpoint that we stand in when we look at a certain topic. And in this case, the topic is cancer. So we are always in a perspective when we look at our cancer diagnosis or when we're looking at a specific treatment. And some of us realize the perspective we're standing in, and some of us don't. What we want to do is remember that each perspective has its own thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and energy attached to this. And we want to be aware of this so that we can remind ourselves that we can adopt different viewpoints when we look at our cancer or treatment. There's not only one way to look at this, there are multiple viewpoints, and you get to choose the perspective that works for you. The truth is, our perspectives are shaped by our past experiences. And so you may have had someone in your close circle of family or friends who has gone through a cancer experience and has had a challenging and rough time and really struggled with it. That's going to impact your perspective. Things that you read online, in books, you see on television or on social media, all of this is going to shape the perspective that you hold and that you stand in when you navigate through your cancer experience. And I think what's important is for us to be aware of this, to be aware of the perspective we're standing in, and to remind ourselves that we get to choose a perspective that works for us. So, how do you do this? Here are 5 questions I like to ask to help us gain more clarity on perspectives and use the information to help us move forward. Number 1, what's the current perspective that you're standing in when you look at your cancer or you look at your treatment? Number 2, what are the thoughts and emotions that this perspective brings up in you? Number 3, what behaviors are you engaging in when you stand in this perspective, looking at your cancer? Number 4, is this perspective helping you? Is it helping you accept your cancer? Is it helping you move forward in your cancer? And number 5, is there a different way for you to look at your cancer that will help you accept where you are and will help you move forward? Perspectives is incredibly powerful. I have to say it's always the tool that I feel transforms one's outlook when they go through cancer. Personally, when I was first diagnosed with cancer, my perspective was to be a warrior. I was determined not to let this cancer impact me. And so when I say that, I mean I was going to push through and force myself to do things, which I used to do. And I sat in this perspective and I lived it for a few weeks. And how did it make me feel? Honestly, really exhausted and frustrated, angry and sad. And so with God's grace, I realized this wasn't working for me and I needed to figure out a different way to help myself. So I took on another perspective, and that was to slow down. Probably the exact opposite of a warrior, and that was to slow down. And so when I wore the perspective of slowing down, my thoughts and emotions changed. I saw there was a beauty in slowing down. I began to notice how great it felt to walk slowly and to think slowly and to just be. And it made me feel happy. It made me feel content and at peace. And the behaviors that I engaged in were completely different. I would sit on the sofa with my kids and watch television and just talk to them or just listen to them. And so I share this example to remind us that we get to choose our perspective. And if we adopt a perspective and it's not working for us, be okay to try something else. So I just want to remind each and every one of us, we're always in a perspective, and sometimes the perspective we stand in is not the most empowering one, and that's okay. But what I want us each to remember is recognize the perspective that you're standing in, notice the impact it's having on you, and giving yourself the choice. Is this the perspective you want to stand in? And if not, what's another perspective that you can adopt to help yourself move forward or to accept the situation that you're in? When we adopt a perspective that helps us, then it can really set us up for success in our overall cancer experience. And so I ask you, what is the perspective you're standing in? And are you happy standing in that perspective?